Hey lovely, so you just walked in on me using my Ninja Cold Press Slow Juicer. It's been 1 year since I purchased this, and I can tell you I am satisfied with my purchase. As you see, the motor is still working and all the pieces are still intact. So far so good, and this has been helping me get the job done. What I'm doing right now is I'm doing like a fridge purge. So any vegetables that I've had in the fridge for a while or that I know I'm probably not gonna eat before they go bad, I'm just gonna juice them, and I'm gonna juice them in separate containers. And this is gonna allow me to kind of just switch my concoctions up of what I feel like drinking, since I'm just juicing like random things in the fridge. That way, if anyone else wants to try it or I want to change it up, they can kind of customize. Okay, so right now I'm juicing some kale, and I am very surprised at how much juice this slow juicer can get out of the kale, because kale is very dry, so it's able to press a lot of juice out of this. So kale is filled with powerful antioxidants, and antioxidants are substances that protect the body from damage caused by free radicals. Free radicals are just highly reactive, unstable molecules, so they can basically damage healthy cells, and they can occur naturally during the metabolic process or through external factors like pollution, smoking, and UV radiation. So the antioxidants in the kale are just going to help neutralize the free radicals by protecting cells from damage that can lead to chronic diseases such as cancer, heart disease, and neurodegenerative disorders such as Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. One interesting thing that I've learned about kale recently is that it could look perfectly fine and still be spoiled, but you'll know by the smell. So I had another bag of kale and I opened it. It looked totally fine, but it smelled like rotten eggs, like a sulfur type of smell. So if that ever happens, just toss it, because that means that it went bad. All right, so that's it for the kale. I normally can just scrape this foam right off, and once I did that, I had a little over 12 ounces, I would say 13 ounces of kale juice. So that's quite a lot from a 1 pound bag of kale. So right now I'm just going to strain the juice. I got this strainer funnel thing off Amazon. It has a detachable strainer, so if you want to just use it as a funnel, it works pretty good, but you do have to like rinse it out like kind of often because it kind of gets clogged. But I guess that means it's doing its job of straining, but yeah, I don't know. And I like to reuse the little juice bottles that I get when I buy my juice. So this one was from Famous Juice. It's like a juice bar in my gym, so I guess shout out to them. I've been reusing the jars to make my own juice, and sometimes if I get like jams and stuff from the store, I'll save the jar. So I call it being resourceful. So I also juiced about a little less than half a container of spinach, and I got a good amount of that as well. I would say this is slightly over 6 cups. So you are going to see quite a bit of foam when juicing, and all that is the air gets mixed in the juice during the whole process. To me, it's pretty easy just to scrape it off. So I'm straining it and putting it in a container. So I got the rest of the pulp that the juicer didn't get out. And as you can see, the strainer is clogged here. So whenever it gets like this, you have to kind of rinse that out so the holes aren't clogged and the rest of the juice can get through. There are a lot of similar juices out there. For example, this one I got from Amazon. This is the AMZ Chef Juicer. In comparison with the Ninja Cold Press Juicer, this one isn't as high of quality. It's not as good at handling tough produce as the Ninja. As you can see, it kind of has to work a little bit harder. You can see the auger is really going overtime. You can kind of see the juicer is rocking back and forth. So it has noticeably cheaper parts. So next I'm going to be juicing quite a few of these apples. I didn't juice all of them, but these are the green Granny Smith apples. I didn't even peel them. I just cut them up small and started juicing them. You can see this thing is small and slender, but it's quite powerful because it was able to juice with the peel on. Now, I never juiced green apples, but they're so good because it gives like a tart yet sweet taste. Juicing apples, you're gonna get apple juice that's better than any store-bought apple juice. And I like it because you can mix it with like your greens if you can't really just drink those straight. Any like bitters. Of course, you just want to be cautious of the sugar intake. Obviously, if you juice a couple apples, you're gonna get a lot more sugar intake than you would get if you just ate one apple, and you do get a loss of fiber. But hey, I'm sure it beats store-bought juices with lots of added ingredients, lots of artificial sugars, soda. So you could be drinking a lot worse. But if you have like, you know, diabetes and stuff like that, just be cautious of that. I also juiced some red apples, and if you mix those two together, it gives a balanced and complex flavor that's really good. And it's a good way to allow for quick consumption of vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants such as vitamin C. It's very hydrating and very tasty. Now back to the juicer. It can get quite loud, like with fruits that have peels, like these apples. It kind of makes like a squeaky noise. Honestly, this is the loudest that I've heard it sound. And this is the first time that I'm kind of doing the apples with the peels on. So I'm pretty sure it's because of that. I don't know if it just kind of gradually gets louder as the parts get older, but you can watch my old video to compare. So it is recommended that you do remove like the peels, skin, and husk if it's really thick. To be honest with you, I don't always do that. So that may have had some wear on the machine. It has a whole booklet of how you should prep your fruits and vegetables. So I would stick to that. Here I just finished juicing some ginger. I only juiced a little bit because if you know anything about ginger, it's really potent. You only need a little bit, and I highly recommend you dilute it. I do rinse my juicer off between each juice. Right here, I'm changing the filter. So this is the pulp control feature, and the other has larger holes, which allows more pulp to come in. This is perfect for oranges. I would honestly use this filter for anything that has a lot of pulp. For example, strawberries, because it just juices a lot more smoothly, and it prevents you from having to clean out the filter and auger midway through juicing. This fresh orange juice was so good. I'm gonna let my son have this because he has a little cough. I'm gonna put a little ginger in it and hopefully he won't detect it. Another feature that really sets the Ninja Slow Juicer apart is this anti-drip. You just close the lever if you don't want to mess. So these are all my juices here. I'm about to label them, and this helped me get a whole bunch more space in my fridge, juice my fruits and vegetables and not waste them. Let me know if you plan on doing something similar to this. Let me know if you have this Ninja cold press slow juicer, what you think about it, or if you plan on getting it. Let me know. Make sure you click the links to help me out if you plan on purchasing. Greatly appreciate it. If you want to go into further detail about this juicer, I made another video where I kind of show how it's put together and just give you more information on that. And thank you guys for watching. Bye.